Hey guys, how are you all doing? Welcome back. Today is day 9 of my water fast. Now today I have to say that my weight didn't move down very much. It only moved down 0.2 of a pound. But I mean, I guess that can happen. The last couple of days I kind of just took it easy because I was feeling slow. I still did my treadmill. I didn't do it as fast as normal, and I didn't sprint run or anything like that, but I just did an easy 20 minutes of walking, kind of a quick pace. And I tried to keep up with that because I didn't want to let that go. And then I kind of just like lazed around and drank water and watched movies most of the day. Guys, it's coming close time for me to break my fast. I don't know if I'm going to do it today or tomorrow. I might do it tonight and then have salad later tonight. But how I'm going to do it is I'm going to have this young Thai coconut, and I cannot wait to have it. Now, hopefully it doesn't spike my blood sugar, and hopefully I've done enough weight loss to help my blood sugar stay pretty much within the norms. Now, normal for a person with diabetes, before a meal is between 5 and 7, and after a meal is between 5 and 10. And if you don't have diabetes, normally before a meal you should be between 4 and 6, and after a meal between 5 and 7. I think it's 5 and 7. I'm pretty sure. So we'll see how that goes. Now, before I did my first fast, my blood sugars were in the 6s and the 7s, and a couple of times it went up into the 8s. After I did my first fast, which was just 7 days, my blood sugars came down to the 5s and the 6s. So that was really good. You know, to get 5s and 6s instead of 6s and 7s, wow, right? To bring it down 1 point. When I get to 5.4, for my A1C, and an A1C is a test that you do every 3 or 4 months, and it kind of tells how much, if you think about it like your cell and then you have sugar that's coating your cell like a caramel, it tells how much of the sugar is coating your cell. So you can't really cheat to your doctor and lie on your sheet where you write all your results that you do every time you prick your finger and you write it down. There's no cheating to that. They're gonna know. So a normal A1C is 5.4. My A1C when I took it was 7. And when your A1C is over 6.9, which mine was just like, just a hair over, 6.9 is considered pre-diabetes, and 7 is considered diabetes. That's just the line of where it is, and that's just how it is. So they wanted to put me on metformin, but I refused. And she said if I can't get my weight down and get my blood sugar lower, then I'm probably going to have to take metformin. I apologize, but I am not taking metformin. Every drug has its own side effects, and no one has ever been cured by using these drugs. Now, I know that if I take these drugs, I'll have a less risk of having like heart disease and kidney failure, amputations, blindness. But clearly I want to reverse it, and it is possible, so I'm going to push myself as hard as I can to reverse it. My mother had diabetes and died at 51 from complications of heart disease and triple bypass. My grandfather on my father's side had diabetes. He actually lived pretty long. He lived into his 80s. So, go figure. He didn't die of heart disease or anything. I can't remember what he died of. In any case, 81 is a nice old age. So, my A1C is 7. I got to bring it down to 5.4 to be considered no longer diabetic. So that's my goal, and that's what I'm going to do for myself. And if you don't love yourself enough to do that for yourself, then I don't know what to say about that. But I do love myself, and I want to make sure that I stay healthy for a long, long time. You know, you can have an ailment comes up. It's better to fix it early than to wait and take medication to cover it up. You know, medication never cured anybody from diabetes. So if you're on the fence about fasting, or there's lots of kinds of fasting too, intermittent fasting, so you can do 2 days fasting, 5 days eating, or you can do 16 hours not eating, 8 hours eating. There's like lots of different kinds. Just look up intermittent fasting or fasting and you'll find lots of information. Remember when I said look up Dr. Jason Fung? He's going all over Canada doing seminars to educate endocrinologists and nephrologists about the benefits of fasting with diabetes, and look up Dr. Gregor because he has some great vitamin therapy for you. Okay guys, so what am I doing today? I'm going to head over to the grocery store. I'm going to choose foods to eat for the next couple of days when I break my fast. It's mostly going to be plant-based foods, no animal products, no snacks. The other thing I want you to do is I want you to go and check out the Avant-Garde Chef. His website is avantgardevegan.com, and he makes these beautiful, beautiful, delicious looking, colorful vegan meals. He's got a brand new cookbook out. It is just gorgeous, and definitely worth a try if you don't know where to start. All the recipes are very doable. You might have to buy some weird ingredients like chickpea flour or something like that, but definitely worth a look. Just finishing up my water before I go. See you at the grocery store. Okay guys, it's snowing out here and I made it to the grocery store, so let me show you what I got in my cart. If people tell you you can't eat fruit when you have diabetes, that's totally wrong because they're a whole food. So I have bananas and apples, they're organic. I have some lemons and some oranges and some mangoes. I got some dates too. I don't know what I'm going to do with them yet, but I'll find something. The only thing here that I didn't buy that was organic was this what do you call it? Ranch dressing. Now down in the, oh, I also got some sprouts. So I got sunflower and sweet pea. Down here I have some baby spinach, some romaine, Laauriecakes. Sorry, that's the French name. It's arugula. I have some parsley, some cilantro. I have some green onion, and here I have asparagus. I have some garlic. I have some red and green peppers. They're organic. I have some sweet potatoes. I have some white mushroom. I have some vine-ripened tomatoes down there. And so let's see what else I get. Okay, so I went back and got this organic cucumber, this organic shoyu, which is basically like a soy sauce. I got this hummus, a little bit of this coffee creamer, and an almond and cashew yogurt. Okay, I told you my downfall was chips, so I got these quinoa chips. They're a little high in carbs. It's like about 20 carbs for about 27 chips, so less than a carb a chip. So if I can control myself, it's not a very large bag. It's kind of like a smaller. It's 100 grams, so it's not big. Even if I overdid myself, I should be okay. So now I've added my pulses. So I have some white beans, some barley, and some kidney beans. And then I have some processed things, which include these whole grain crackers. They're about 2 carbs. The only thing is they're a little bit on the hefty side for the saturated fat, but that's the only thing in my basket that is. Sometimes when I don't have time, I like to have one of these little soups, so they're pretty good, only 10 carbs. I always buy this little mix of pickled vegetables because it adds that little zing to a snack or a meal that, you know, sometimes need more flavor. I buy this spaghetti sauce just because it's convenient, and sometimes I just want a quick additive. You know, if I want to put it over my asparagus or my rice, I have that. I also got this jar of olives because I have no oil, so I need to have olives from somewhere. And I also have this can of tomato paste only because I'm going to be trying a seitan recipe by the avant-garde vegan chef. So I needed tomato paste, but I couldn't find an organic one, so I got this one. Down here I have these organic potatoes. Now people think you can't eat white potatoes when you have diabetes. That's totally wrong. They're still considered a whole food. Just don't overdo it. Don't put sour cream and butter and, you know, bacon, whatever. Just eat the potato on its own. Maybe make a vegetable gravy with some vegetable stock and put them in a stew or something. Okay, remember I said that my rule was to eat 80% plant-based, and you know, just because you have diabetes doesn't mean you can't have snacks. It doesn't mean you can't have nights out at the restaurant. You just have to really like think and change things a little bit. So when you want to treat yourself, you can have a little bit more, or a little higher calorie, or a little higher fat, since you're not eating fat all week. So there's a couple of items I don't normally buy. Sometimes I do, but I use them really sparingly, which are, I've never bought this before. This is a veggie chicken burger, but I saw a friend of my daughter's had it and it looks really good. So I'm gonna try that. I got some green beans, which I love green beans. There's no problem with that. This is something I've never tried before, and these are some meat-free crispy chicken tenders, so I'll save those for a special occasion. And after I have them, I will try to make my own version. These ones have 7 grain, like kamut, and I can't remember, oatmeal, something else, I can't remember, but there's no whole wheat flour. I think there's whole grain flour. Last but not least, I got this So Delicious brand cashew dark chocolate truffle ice cream, and I didn't think it was too bad because it had 22 carbs per, say, half cup, let's say, of sugar, of carbs. So that's not too bad, and 180 calories. And I can save this for when my brother and sister-in-law come over and we want to have a little dessert. We can give this a try. So I'll be sharing it. And all of these kind of store products, I don't usually buy them, but I guess because I'm super hungry that they're attracting my attention, but it's a good opportunity to buy something and take over the next week or 2 weeks and try them, and then try to find my own adapted recipes and make my own, and of course not use, I mean, these products use sugar, so I will have to try to find a way to not use sugar and use other things like a natural sugar like dates, let's say, or use a sugar substitute like stevia. I assure you, I am not perfect. I am weak to these types of foods as well, ice cream and chicken nuggets. I've always eaten really well, but I always overeat, and that is how I got diabetes, right? So now my big point is control. So I have to really be hungry between meals, and I really have to include a lot more greens. All right, I'm off to the cache to see how much damage this will be. You know what's funny is I just finished paying for my groceries and put in the car. I just brought the cart back, and it was a male cashier, and he said he's never seen anyone buy so much vegetables. Hello, I shop here every week. I don't usually get him. I think I've only gotten him one time before, but wow, that's a statement, right? Okay, here you have it, guys. $173.64. I paid under $1 in tax because I didn't buy anything that was considered a goods and services. So that's really awesome. I saved a lot of money in tax. especially here in Quebec. Okay, let's admit it, guys. Food is expensive. Like, this food is gonna probably last me a week. My husband will be home on the weekend. He will also eat food. So the one thing you have to think of is, you know, if it keeps you out of a nursing home, you got to think for the future, right? If it keeps you from having a triple bypass, if it keeps you from getting cancer, if it keeps you from getting diabetes, consider it kind of like an insurance plan. You can either, you know, buy pills when you get these sicknesses and go to hospital and stay in there overnight and get treatments and surgeries, or you can invest in yourself and make yourself a lot happier, because we don't have to have a triple bypass. That is a great thing. If you don't have to have a pacemaker, you know. Okay, all of these things equal up to what we call quality of life. When you're young, you don't so much think about it, and you're kind of reckless about everything. You eat what you want, you don't sleep, you drink, you know, whatever else you do. But once you start to get a certain age, you start to think about things. You know, like when you start to see your first fine lines and wrinkles, you start to use moisturizer and maybe start a regimen for your skin. When you see that little spare tire coming around your waist, you start to, you know, cut back on what you're eating and maybe not eat so much takeout. And it's all kind of like a life change. So you want to make sure that you just keep changing, just keep getting better and better, you know. By the end of your life, you'll be glad that you did that. You know, when you're 80 years old and you can still walk up a flight of stairs, you're going to be proud of yourself and you're going to feel great. I guarantee it. Okay, so I'm gonna get going and go home and put my groceries away. And when we go home, I'll talk a little bit about vitamin therapy. Okay, guys, I'm finally home. I didn't put my groceries away yet, but I said we were going to talk a little bit about vitamin therapy, and I'll probably go a little bit more in depth with it tomorrow in my next video. But I'm going to show you the multivitamins that I take every day. Do not be shocked. It's nothing to be shocked about, but I kid you not, it's what I do every day. So I take vitamin B12 because being vegan, you need to make sure you protect your heart and your brain. So I use nutritional yeast in my foods, and I take vitamin B12. Vitamin B12 is one of these things that your body doesn't absorb a lot of it, and it's really hard to overdose on this, so you can pretty much take as much as you want. Take vitamin E to protect my arteries, but also so that I'll have nice skin. I take vitamin K2 so that calcium doesn't settle into my soft tissues, and it helps keep your teeth healthy and your bones too. I take vitamin C because vitamin C basically is like an antibiotic. I take a multivitamin every day. See, it says for women 50 and plus. Yes, I am 50 years old. I take a B complex because we need all the Bs. We don't just need the B12, and that's a lot of it is for our mental health. I take vitamin D because this is a hormone. It's not actually a vitamin, and it deals with over 300 processes in your body. It affects something like 10,000 genes in your body. I take chromium because that helps me to keep my blood sugar even. I take biotin for my hair and nails. And biotin also helps with energy production. Now, last but not least, I take flaxseed. And, you know, there's been so many people talking about vegans dying of heart attack. Now, there's studies being done by different universities, and these major doctors who are dealing with people who are vegans are saying vegans are not taking care of themselves. They're not taking it seriously. You need B12, absolutely no question about it, and you need omega-3s. So 1 tablespoon of flaxseed in your morning cereal or in your yogurt. You can put it in your sauces, like your spaghetti sauce. You can put it in your shepherd's pie. Wherever you put it, you need to have it because it protects you from heart disease, and that's super important. There's a story called The 40-Year-Old Vegan Dies of a Heart Attack. You want to look that up, Google it, whatever, and then you'll see it's not a joke. Hey guys, well, I guess I'm not ending my fast today. I'm going to stick with it and end it tomorrow, like I said. Thank you so much for watching, and please rate, subscribe, and comment. Please subscribe if you're new, and if you're just watching this by hazard, just please subscribe. I really would love to have you as a subscriber. Hit the bell if you want more. And you know what? If you know somebody who's suffering, and seriously, diabetes is totally... it's suffering. I mean, if you're not suffering now with the food changes and picking your fingers three to 6 times a day, maybe even more, and the feeling deprived, then later on in life when you have that triple bypass, when you're having your leg amputated, you'll be suffering then. So please share this video with your loved one or your friends, family. Guys, take care, and I'll see you tomorrow when I break my fast. Okay, you guys, you know I love you. Have a great evening. Have a great day wherever you are.